my name's Tara Ryan, and I'm the Communities and Schools Social Worker at Euless Junior High. I'm here today to offer you some tips to help reduce parent-child conflict at home. This video is going to be about 5 to 10 minutes long, so that should be plenty of time to teach you everything you need to know to live in perfect peace and harmony with your family. Just kidding. Even in the best of times, we all have conflict, disagreements, and strife at home. And these aren't perfect times. So I know I wasn't planning on homeschooling. I'm not sure about y'all, but that was not in my agenda. I have a 14-year-old at home, and I wasn't planning on homeschooling her. I certainly wasn't expecting her to become a full-fledged teenager during these last few months with all the eye rolls and attitude that entails, but here we are. So I hope you guys find these tips helpful, and if you have any questions, I'll give my contact information at the end of the video. Tip number 1, choose your battles. Right now, families are spending way more time together than they normally do. None of us are having our usual social outlets or our activities. Our kids aren't going to school. They're not playing their sports. We're just not getting out like we normally do. And when we're together all the time, we tend to get on each other's nerves, right? We're more irritable, we're shorter tempered with each other. That's normal. So you may try to find some places where you can be flexible. If you're really getting into it with your child, really fighting, you may want to consider, is what we're fighting about, are they wanting to do something that's against our family's values? Is there a safety concern or a health concern? If none of those 3 things apply, maybe it's not a battle worth having. Maybe it is a place where you can have some flexibility with your child and ease some of that tension. Tip number 2, give choices when possible. I think we're all feeling a bit like we don't have control over our lives right now, and our kids are feeling that too. So giving them choices will help them feel like they have more control in their lives. You don't have to give too many choices, 2 or 3 options, 2 for younger kids, so that they don't feel overwhelmed. But it can be something really, really simple, like, do you want to start with your English homework today or your math? Do you want to take 2 10-minute breaks this hour, or would you rather take 1 20-minute break? Do you want to have spaghetti for lunch or cereal, right? They don't have to be complicated, but just small things like that help them feel like they have some control in their lives. Tip number 3, give yourself a break. Teaching is hard, and so is learning. So if you find yourself working with your kiddo on their schoolwork and getting into just a battle with them over it, it's okay to take a break. Close the device, shut the book, go for a bike ride, go for a walk, go and veg in front of the TV for a little while. We all need to unplug. And if we're fighting, we're not learning anyway. When kids are stressed like that, they're not learning. So please give yourself a break and give them a break too. Okay, tip number 4. Now I'm going to warn y'all, tip number 4 is kind of challenging. But if you can execute it and practice it, it is the most rewarding. I learned this strategy when my son was a teenager, and it completely changed our relationship, really. We went from fighting and arguing a lot to really not having to raise my voice at all. So for this tip, if you're dealing with your child and they're being defiant or disrespectful or just not doing the things you ask them to do, you can actually take back your control without ever having to raise your voice. Again, it takes some patience and some practice, but it definitely is helpful. So I'm going to give you just like a little scenario. Say you want your child to take out the trash. You don't ask. You give them polite instruction. Hey, I'd like you to take out the trash. If they do like my son used to do and just completely ignore me, or be like, yeah, I'll get it in a minute, and then never get to it, say it again. Hey, I need you to take out the trash, and I need you to do it in the next 5 minutes. If they don't, now here's the really hard part. Just walk away. But this is where it's going to be really important to kind of think about what their currency is, what it is that they want from you. What's their, if they're used to getting like a favorite snack from you, or they're used to you cooking them meals that they prefer, or that Wi-Fi password that you provide them. Those are all things that you do for them. So when your kiddo says, "Hey mom, where are my Talkies?" you can say, "Well, I would love to buy Talkies for you, and I'll do so as soon as you start taking out the trash when I ask," right? "Hey mom, why won't my Wi-Fi come on? Oh, I changed the password. If you'd like to use my password, I'll need you to take out the trash." And then here's the hard part. Don't argue. Don't explain. Don't get into it with them. Just walk away. Now, for some kids who are really defiant, like my son was a little bit, it meant a little bit of a fit the first few times I did it. But when he realized, I can't control him. We can't control other human beings, but they can't control us either. So when it came down to him not wanting to do what I asked, okay, you don't have to, but then I don't have to do anything for you either, right? So he learned, and if I want what I want from my mom, I'm going to have to do for her too. So, I want you to clean up your room. I want you to get your schoolwork done. I want you to talk to me with respect. Those are all things that you can just say, "Hey, when you talk to me with respect, I'll get that for you," right? I found it to be really, really beneficial and really helpful. You just need to know what their currency is, what they value, and what they want from you. And then also make your directions to them clear. I need you to take out the trash. I need you to clean your room. I need you to log on and do your schoolwork, right? And when you're responding to them, when they want something from you, don't yell, don't get angry. Just politely say, "I will do that for you when you do this for me." Or, "If you would have done this for me, if you would have taken out the trash for me, then I would do that for you. So when you start doing your end, I'll start doing mine," right? It's kind of reciprocal, but it teaches them that they have to comply. Okay, last tip. This one is model the behavior you want to see in your kids. And yeah, that can be really hard too. When they're making you really angry, you want to yell and blow up, right? But if you lose your temper, say you're sorry. "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I did that. I was wrong." It's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to admit it. If you're starting to feel really frustrated when you're working with your child or talking with them, it's okay to say, "Wow, I'm feeling really frustrated right now. I'm getting really angry, and I need to take a breath. I need to take a walk. I need to take a step away." It's okay. And it actually benefits you in two ways. One, it gives you a break. And two, it teaches them appropriate self-regulation. They're seeing you take a deep breath and calm yourself. They're seeing you acknowledge and identify your feelings and managing them appropriately, right? When we do that for them, they learn to do it themselves. That's an awesome gift to yourself, and it's an awesome gift to give them as well. And that is all I've got for you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Again, my name is Tara Ryan. You can email me at tararyan@hebisd.edu, or you can contact me at 817-399-3838. Thanks.